A very good afternoon to one and all present over here. I, Bhavna Shah, welcome you all on behalf of Pune Knowledge Cluster, that is PKC. I welcome all the participants as well as the CSpathshala team with whom we have collaborated for this online teacher training program. Now I request Ms. Prachi to give introduction about Pune Knowledge Cluster and Teach with TED program. Thank you.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone. So, welcome to this workshop. We are happy to see you all in big numbers. So, I will just share the screen. Is it visible?
Yes, it is visible. If you can just do slideshow.
It's in the slideshow mode.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Okay, so we know that many of the teachers, you have been attending the programs, the teacher training programs, the seminars, talks that Pune Knowledge Cluster organizes. But for people who are new, Pune Knowledge Cluster is an organization set up by Principal Scientific Advisor to Government of India. So it is one of the 6 science and technology clusters which is set up by the government. The objective of Pune Knowledge Cluster majorly is to bring together industry, academic institutes, colleges, schools, research institutes, industries on one platform and try to solve the challenges, the problems that are related to the region using research-based mode or technical smarter ways to do things. That is the mission and vision of Pune Knowledge Cluster. So under this umbrella, our Pune Knowledge Cluster has various verticals, or which we call as the focus areas. So environment and sustainability, sustainable mobility, health, big data and AI, and capacity building or the skill development. These are our 5 focus areas, or we call it as the verticals of Pune Knowledge Cluster. And we do a lot of citizen engagement programs, talks, seminars is one of them, but try to solve problems that are related to the city. May that be related to COVID, health, electric mobility, environment, tree coverage, pollution, water. So all these are the areas where we work on. If you're more interested about what PKC does, kindly do visit our website. So I will just request my colleagues to put the PKC's website in our chat box.
Prachi, actually, yes, yeah. We can see the slide now.
Yeah. So these are the various organizations who PKC has collaborated so far. So we have all different kinds of institutes. We have funding organizations, and we have academic and research organizations like NCL, ISER Pune, ARI, IUCA, AFMC. We have industries on board like Serum Institute of India, Persistent, ICERTIS, CoData India, and so on. Government organizations, may that be Zilla Parishad, state government, central government, NGOs that we have been working on, research and development labs, industries like IBM, Lenovo, BASF. So this particular workshop that we are having right now is being supported by Lenovo India. And we have a project called as Teach with Tech. So I'll share the details about it soon. So this is the program that we have, Teach with Tech. And this program is all about training of teachers and students to use digital tools more effectively. So we had done a survey during the pandemic, which using that survey, we came to know that there is very less number of teachers use digital tools for teaching. So that was one aspect of it. So we started with this program. So we started with this program initially in 5 schools in Pune. Out of that, one is the girls' school. And we, over the period of 1 year, will be conducting over 100 sessions in these 5 schools. Around 1,000 beneficiaries are part of this particular project, where we have around 750 students and 250 teachers. So we have developed modules, let's say 10 modules we have developed spreading over the topics of physics, chemistry, maths, biology, coding, which is part of the syllabus, let's say 6 to 9 standard syllabus. And we have tried to give exposure, or we are trying to give exposure to the students on, resources like Fed simulations, NetLogo, Scratch, games, puzzles, coding, etc. Now, all these topics that we have selected are from the SSC board syllabus, and we give hands-on exposure to the kids, where we take the tablets to the classroom, and actually the students do these sessions on the tablets which are being donated to us by Lenovo. So that's all about the program and Pune Knowledge Cluster. If you are more interested to know about what we do, please do visit our website, or also you can type in the chat box. We will share about the same with you. So thank you, Bhavna.
Yeah. Thank you, Prachi.
So these are just glimpses of a few sessions that we have done earlier with the teachers and the students. Yes, Bhavna, over to you.
Yeah. So these are some of the pictures of Teach with Tech program. And now I would like to give you some introduction about CSpathshala. So computational thinking has been recognized as one of the key 21st century skills, and it involves understanding a problem, designing a solution, and expressing it in a form that a human or a machine can execute. Computational thinking has been introduced into the mainstream curricula in many countries, and India has joined them. As we all know, National Education Policy 2020, it emphasizes on usage of computational technology, and CSpathshala is an Association for Computing Machinery India initiative to bring a modern computing curriculum to Indian schools. Now I would like to introduce our trainers. Ms. Sonia Garcha. She leads creation, evangelization, and implementation of CSpathshala curriculum and pedagogy. As a member of its core committee, she has made significant contribution of strategy development. CSpathshala curriculum has been successfully implemented in over 600 rural schools in Andhra Pradesh and Maharashtra. She led teams that organized the first 4 editions of CTiS, that is Computational Thinking in Schools, an annual conference for teachers, and is the steering committee chair for CTiS 2023. Apart from Sonia, we also have Geeta Ghormade with us. She is head of Resource Center of Meghe Group of Schools in Nagpur. Meghe Group of Schools is the pioneer in Maharashtra to integrate CSpathshala curriculum in mathematics and ICT from grade 1 to 8. She has made significant contribution to successful implementation of CSpathshala curriculum in 13 schools of Meghe Group of Schools. She trained teachers of MGS and led the team of organizing committee CTiS 2021. She had mentored about 30 teachers to write abstracts in CTiS, an annual conference on computational thinking in schools. So I welcome Sonia and Geeta, and I also welcome all the participants, all the teachers who have joined from different parts of Maharashtra as well as from out of Maharashtra. And over to you, Sonia. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Bhavna, and warm welcome to everybody. So I think the first thing that we are going to start with is a small assessment, right?
Yes.
So all the teachers, the assessment is a fun assessment. Go out, enjoy, solve whatever you can. Feel free to ask me questions later. So yeah, over to you, Bhavna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'll take over. Yeah, Bhavna. So there are these instructions for the pre-test. So the pre-test form link, I'll be just sharing it in a minute in the chat box, and kindly fill the same and please enter your full name, your school name, and the email address correctly in the form link, because these entered details will be recorded for our attendance confirmation, and you will get 10 minutes to complete this form. Thank you. You can now see the pre-test form link in the chat box.
We request everyone to open this link and fill the form. All the participants who have joined late, I request all of you to fill the pre-test form.
I'm sharing the link again for people who joined just now. Yeah. For the participants who just logged in, kindly fill the pre-test form and you can see the instructions on the screen. Thank you.
It is very important for everyone to fill the pre-test form. Your e-certificates will be generated with the help of this data of pre-test and post-test forms. So I request everyone to please solve the pre-test form.
Also, just as Bhavna mentioned, we will be immediately able to see your responses here also. So we have now received only one response. So kindly fill up the form. As she mentioned, it is very important, both the pre and the post test.
Those who have joined just now, I am once again pasting the pre-test form link in the chat box. Kindly open this form and solve the pre-test form. And I also request everyone to kindly enter your first name and last name in your participant name. Redmi Note 6 Pro. May I know the name? If it will be good if you can change your name to your name, as well as SM, SJ,
So we have 3 minutes more. I request everyone who is still yet to submit the form to kindly be a little quicker. Thank you. Yeah, I think the time is up. We can begin with the workshop. Over to you, Sonia.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're audible, Sonia.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So thank you, teachers. I hope all of you enjoyed solving the Babris tasks. And some part of it was mentioned about CSpathshala during the introductory part. So I will skip that. I will not repeat it and bore any of you. Another thing is feel free to, ask questions, stop me if you don't understand anything. Okay, so a very, very warm welcome to all of you to the workshop on computational thinking. And basically the objective is to build capacities of teachers so that, we can all work towards in preparing students for the digital age. Now, this is a typical way that we conduct a teachers training program. This is a snapshot from our teacher training in Andhra Pradesh. And I'm hoping we will get some opportunity to meet in person and we'll be able to do some of these sessions for you as well. Now, see, these are the kind of Babris tasks that you solved, right? As we go along, I'll explain to you. And please use the chat box as much as you can. I want to quickly understand from all of you, did solving the Babris task require any prerequisite knowledge of computational thinking? आपको Babris task solve करने में पहले कंप्यूटेशनल थिंकिंग के बारे में किसी जानकारी की जरूरत पड़ी क्या? यस या नो में आप चैट बॉक्स में जवाब लिखें. करेक्ट, नहीं लगी ना? तो बेसिकली कौन सा स्किल यूज किया? क्या यूज करना पड़ा? what skills did we use to solve logic? Exactly. तो बेसिकली आपने क्या किया? अभी मैंने एक और ये छोटा सा एग्जांपल डाला है फ्लावर बेड का. तो इसमें the gardener planted flowers in 3 rows. He planted 4 flowers in each row. He had been told that in each row the white flower should be closer to the fence than the blue flower. मतलब इसका मतलब ये है कि white flower should be closer, मतलब fence के पास हो, closer than the blue flower. ठीक है? अब जब हम ये कर रहे हैं तो which of these rows are planned according to the instructions given here? Can anybody put it in the chat box? C. Correct. Everybody agrees it's C, no? Is there anybody who feels it's not C? देखो, अगर मैं बोलूं only one, तो one में of course it follows, right? Then 1 and 2. In 2, does it follow? Does it follow in 2? In row 2? No. Correct. And then it follows in 3. So that is why the answer is 1 and 3 and not B or D. Okay. So the correct answer is C, 1 and 3. When we examine each row, then we see that in rows 1 and 3, the white flower is actually closer to the fence than the blue flower. But so row number 2 does not meet this condition. Okay. So that is why the answer is 1 and 3. Okay. Now, this is typical, how ICT is taught in schools. We will teach children how many keys on a keyboard, how many reserved words for all those teachers who are teaching programming, we have all this. This is something that even I studied, right? Expand the following. Then a lot of historical information, who made the first computer, history of computers. Now, another problem that we all face is that, we tend to teach too many programming languages to children. But what ends up happening is, supposing you'll start with basic in 4th standard, then you'll say, nahi, abhi I want to teach them, HTML, then I want to take them to maybe Scratch, then maybe Python, maybe C++. So what ends up happening is that you really don't teach children programming. What you tend to teach them is some syntax of programming. So our whole objective in CSpathshala is to teach children programming even without the use of computers, so that when they get a chance, when they get access to resources, all of them can do programming. Even if they don't do programming, basically they are all equipped with algorithmic thinking. Don't worry about these words. As we go along, you will know. And what our objective is, we need to bring science into computing. Okay. Now, this is an old slide, okay, but you yourselves know that during COVID, the pace at which things changed, right? Earlier, we would not just see the drone everywhere. Now you see drones even at a wedding when they're taking photographs. This is the driverless car. Every day we create so much data. You know, computational thinking is used in many fields. Okay. So today, if we look at it, right, you pick up any field from archaeology to zoology, A to Z, you will soon have computational zoology, computational history, computational science, all of that. So as teachers, how do we prepare our students for this future? Okay. Now, why do, I'm sure this question came to everybody's mind. Why should we teach computational thinking? So anybody who's interested, you can even go and look at the Future of Jobs 2020 report, okay, which is published by World Economic Forum. It talks that the top skills required by 2025 are critical thinking and analysis and complex problem solving. Now, Bhavna and Prachi have already mentioned that, you know, in India, NEP 2020 already mentions that problem solving and computational thinking is a fundamental skill. Now, you know what is the problem? These things can lead to new subjects like AI and machine learning. I would like to ask, and people can put in the chat box, that how many schools are already teaching AI and machine learning, okay? And what ends up happening is we entirely miss the basis, like the foundation that we need for all of that. Now, what I mentioned earlier also was, you know, introducing too many multiple programming languages, okay? But what is it that we need to do? We need to prepare students for the digital age, equip them with foundational CT skills, problem solving skills, and critical thinking skills. Okay. Now, this is what the computational thinking curriculum kind of looks like. Okay. Now, I can't see. Okay, let me try and look. Okay. Now, if you see this, how many names begin with A? You know, can all of you see my screen? Okay. If you go to participants, I can see Ajay, Anupam, Anupama, Aparna, okay, Ashwini, all beginning with A. Then if I scroll down, I can see Balbhim, you know, then I'll be able to see more names beginning with B. Then there are lots of, you know, there are 3 names beginning with D, Dinesh, Dipali, then there's somebody, Dr. Rohini Mane. Okay, then we look at M, Mahesh, Manjiri. Okay, so this is how many different names starting with each letter in the class. Okay, which letters do not appear in the, you know, how many different last names. Supposing we have 62 people on the call today, right? How many different last names do we have? How do we count so that we do not miss any? Okay, now maybe I can get you to respond to this in the chat box. How many different pairs of numbers can you give me whose sum is 10? Can anybody put it in the chat box? How many different pairs of numbers? कितने दो numbers की जोड़ी आप दे सकते हैं जिसका total 10 होगा? Anybody in the chat box? Which are the numbers जिसका total 10 होगा? 5, 5, correct. 6, 4, 2 plus 8, 1, 9, 7, 3, 1, 9, 2, 8. Yes, 5 pairs. Very good. So there is somebody known as Shubhanshi. Okay. very nicely. If you, because you can all see the chat box, you can see उसने systematically डाला है 1928374655, right? So that is the whole idea of how can we systematically do this. 0 10 10 0. Iqbal Kaur has put 5 pairs. Very good. Okay. Then Vivek has put 1 plus 9, 8 plus 2, 7 plus 3, 6 plus 4, 5 plus 5. Correct. And Neeta has put 10, 0 and 10. So you can add 0 plus 10 and 10 plus 0. Okay. I'm glad everybody is with me on that. Okay. Now, similarly, how many different dresses can we own using 2 half pants, 2 full pants, and then also we tell, like, I'm sure there are a lot of mothers on this call, and we will say, hey, don't wear full sleeve shirt with shorts, right? Now, the number of possible routes from one location on a map to another, right? Today we have not come together to a training program, but in case we would be coming to PKC, right, the Pune Knowledge Cluster Center in Pune University, right? There will be multiple routes to come to PKC, right? Then how do we decide? I have to reach Prachi had sent a message that please join at 3:45. That means we have to reach PKC at 3:45. So which is the shortest way path? How do I reach there quickly? Okay. Now, the different words that can be used, making 5 letters. Okay. Different kinds of concepts. Okay. This is how the CSpathshala curriculum is structured. I will come to it again tomorrow. So it is systematic counting, listing and reasoning, iterative patterns, organizing and processing information, following and devising algorithms, and discrete math modeling. But don't worry about it. Tomorrow I will walk you through this curriculum. Okay. Now the main question. I think this definition was read out during introduction. Okay. Computational thinking is the process of formulating a problem, finding a solution to the problem, and expressing it in such a way that humans or machines can understand the solution. Don't worry about the definition. Basically, it is a systematic approach to problem solving. And the most important point that you need to take away from this slide is computational thinking is a fundamental skill for everyone. It is not just for computer scientists. These are the 4 pillars that I will cover: decomposition, pattern recognition, abstraction, and algorithms. Okay. Now, some of this has been covered, but very quickly to tell you that the CSpathshala curriculum is piloted, by over 400,000 students in 1,200 schools across 11 states in 4 languages. We have more than 30,000 schools in Tamil Nadu, SCRT, who are studying computational thinking as part of maths curriculum. I don't know if we have any teachers from Tamil Nadu on the training today. And for teachers who are from CBSE, if you look at the introduction to coding for CBSE for grade 6 to 8, CSpathshala content is in that as well. We have been instrumental in getting computational thinking into NEP. Okay, now coming to the most important point, which is equitable. अगर हमारे स्कूल में computers नहीं भी हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. We believe in teaching computing without the use of computers. और अगर आप English word इसका जानना चाहे तो we call it unplugged. Unplugged यानी teaching computing without using computers. ठीक है, तो बहुत से activities जो हम लेंगे वो सारे without computers कर सकते हैं आप. हमारा curriculum and content is for grades 1 to 8. And as we go along, we'll show you the teaching aids. There is a PowerPoint presentation here. There's a detailed lesson plan. And there is a student worksheet. Okay. Now, how do we build the community? जैसे आज आप सब लोग हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं, तो ऐसे ही अभी हमारा 7th और 8th जुलाई को CTiS, the Computational Thinking in Schools Conference है, जो आइजर पुणे में रहेगा. And we request all of you to send in your abstracts, attend the conference. We conduct various webinars, and there is also an excellence award for teachers. जैसे हम आपके साथ आज ये ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम कर रहे हैं, वैसे हमने 15,000 से भी ज्यादा टीचर्स को ट्रेनिंग दी है. नाउ this is the first question that most teachers will ask कि ठीक है, अगर if I want to adopt computational thinking curriculum, हम कैसे करें? तो you can integrate it with computer science by replacing some of the existing ICT curriculum. You can integrate it with math, right? And बहुत से schools में क्या होता है, वो extra curricular subject करके भी पढ़ाते हैं. अब हमारे यहाँ कौन कौन से टीचर्स कंप्यूटेशनल थिंकिंग पढ़ा रहे हैं? कंप्यूटर साइंस है, मैथ और साइंस टीचर्स है. अभी जो जिला परिषद स्कूल्स है उसमें ऑल सब्जेक्ट टीचर्स भी पढ़ाते हैं, ठीक है. एंड वी वर्क इन इंक्लूजन. तो हमारे यहाँ रूरल, सेमी अर्बन, गवर्नमेंट स्कूल स्टूडेंट्स जिनको जनरली ये अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं मिलती है, बेसिकली वी लाइक टू प्रोवाइड दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी टू ऑल टू लर्न कंप्यूटिंग. ओके, नाउ आई विल stop my share screen here. और बजे हैं 4:30, right? 4:37. I don't know कि श्रद्धा ने या प्राची ने चाय का इंतजाम किया है क्या? भावना में चाय मिलने वाली है क्या?
हाँ, वर्चुअल चाय मिल सकती है.
हाँ, वर्चुअल चाय मिल सकती है. तो माय रिक्वेस्ट इज, आप लोग सब लोग 2 मिनट लें और आप ये समझे कि मुझे चाय बनानी नहीं आती है. ओके, तो आप चैट बॉक्स में डालें व्हाट आर द स्टेप्स टू मेक अ कप ऑफ टी. एंड माय रिक्वेस्ट इज सारे स्टेप्स टाइप करके डालो और एंटर दबाओ. नहीं तो सो भावना, कैन दे अनम्यूट?
Yes,
Or how do
yes, yes, they
Okay, so
can.
if anybody wants to unmute and talk, you can raise your hand, and I'm sure Bhavna or somebody can unmute you. And you should tell me how do we make a cup of tea. 1 cup of tea बनाने के स्टेप्स मुझे आपको, आप में से कोई भी बता सकते हैं. आप चैट बॉक्स में डालना चाहे आप चैट बॉक्स में डालिए, अनम्यूट करके बताना चाहे, जैसे आपको अच्छा लगे. पर मुझे चाहिए कि प्लीज सब लोग बताएं. ऐसा कोई है क्या चैट आज के कॉल पे जिसको चाय बनानी नहीं आती है मेरी तरह? कोई है क्या? चैट
सारे,
बॉक्स इतना शांत है.
हाँ, सारे टीचर्स है तो सबको चाय बनानी तो आती होगी शायद.
वही मैं कह रही हूँ, चाय बनाने कैसे नहीं आती है बताओ. ओके, देयर समबडी पुटिंग इन द चैट बॉक्स.
You teachers, you can unmute yourself and you can answer. Okay, Rati Pimple is saying teachers are
She's
giving
still
responses on
typing.
chat box. Yeah.
हाँ, but
Yeah.
Shubhanshi has typed, right? Boil water, add tea leaves, add a cup full of milk, sugar as per taste, let it simmer and come to a boil. Dr. Rohini has added boil water, add tea powder, sugar, bring milk to boil. और कोई यार 60 लोग हैं, तीन ने ही लिखा है, ऐसे कैसे है? हाँ, प्रियंका ने डाला है. Water, milk, tea powder, sugar, and on gas put bowl, pour water and sugar. Okay. Then Neeta ne dala hai boil 1 cup of water, add tea leaves, add milk, add sugar, boil it, tea is ready. Okay. और कोई? ये किसी को अनम्यूट करके नहीं बोलना है क्या? Okay, Pradnya says gather the ingredients and material, gas, tea powder, water, sugar, container, then put the container with the gas, blah blah. Okay. Vignesh Naik, take a bowl of milk and tea vessel, add a spoon of tea powder, then add a spoon of sugar, boil it till bubbles come up to the brim, then strain it into the cup. Take half a cup of water in a pan, keep it on the flame, add sugar and tea leaves. Ritu Advani, okay, take a vessel, put it on the stove, put water. Wow, now it's moving. Add 2 spoon sugar, let it boil for 4 or 5 minutes. Then Ruxana ने डाला है, take half a cup of water, add tea powder, 1 teaspoon sugar, 1 teaspoon, okay, 2 teaspoon sugar.
I request all the participants, you can unmute yourself and talk so that we can have fun. It can be interactive.
There are so many types to make a tea. You can choose anyone and make a tea.
Yes, so how many ways do we have to make a tea?
There
Cup
are
of tea.
little chart.
Okay, Sabia, take a teapot. Excellent. I'm going to take Sabia's recipe. Okay. Is everybody done? Or is there somebody who's going to unmute and tell me? अरे कोई unmute करके नहीं बताएगा क्या?
Hello, good evening. I can volunteer to speak
Yes,
this
yes,
in-
please do, please. I need volunteers. Bolo.
Sure. So what we will start with, we'll start taking a pot or a vessel, put it on the stove, turn on the gas, put
हाँ
water
जी.
and milk in equal quantity, let it simmer a little, put a tablespoon of the tea powder and 2 tablespoons of sugar and let it boil for like 4 to 5 minutes. Post that, we will, once the tea is boiled and ready, we turn off the stove, take the steamer and a glass or a cup, pour the tea in using the steamer onto the cup, and then we serve.
Correct. Great. Thank you, Ritu.
Most
So, anybody else? Any other teachers would like to volunteer? अरे anybody, चाय बनाना तो कितना आसान है.
हेलो मैडम.
हाँ बोलो.
हाँ मैडम.
हाँ बोलो प्रशांत.
Yes, yes. I will take first pot.
हाँ.
Then, add a cup of tea and add a cup of milk and some water in it.
हाँ.
Then add sugar as per my requirement. Then tea powder.
Okay.
And some adrak.
हाँ.
And then boil for 3 to 4 minutes.
Correct.
And then filter it. And then I enjoy my tea.
Okay, excellent. So, I'll tell you, when you started putting in the chat box, right? जब सब लोगों ने डालना शुरू किया, तो आप लोगों ने डालना शुरू किया, boil water, add tea powder, sugar and milk, bring to boil. और जैसे जैसे आप लोग आगे चलते गए, जैसे जैसे टीचर्स ने और डालना शुरू किया, you will see कि कैसे आपके इंस्ट्रक्शंस कितने प्रिसाइज होते गए, प्रिसाइज एंड क्लियर. देयर वाज नो एम्बिग्विटी, मतलब कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं था. अभी अगर मैं लास्ट वाला देखूं, राइट, कविता का है, पुट अ वेसल ऑन द गैस, पुट द गैस फ्लेम ऑन, pour half a cup of water, 1 spoon चाय पत्ती, 2 चम्मच चीनी, add some masala, add tea powder, then let it boil, add half a cup of milk and your tea is ready, है ना. तो आप मुझे बताओ कि बेसिकली जब हमने एक और चीज, जरूरी चीज मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगी इसमें इज कि जब हम स्टूडेंट्स को भी कोई प्रॉब्लम देते हैं, जैसे अभी प्रशांत सर ने इससे पहले बोला, राइट? तो उन्होंने बोला थोड़ा सा अदरक डालो, कोई बोलेगा मुझे थोड़ी सी इलायची डालनी है, कोई बोलेगा मुझे चाय का मसाला डालना है. Please, please, it is my earnest request to all of you, allow children to explore different solutions to the same problem. ऐसा कहीं नहीं है कि एक प्रॉब्लम को एक ही सोल्यूशन होना चाहिए. Allow children to think. So, and also when you have written step by step instructions to solve the problem, right? That is the whole idea of computational thinking. Everybody with me till here? Anybody
Yes.
has any questions? Okay, you're all with me, na? Great. कुछ लगे तो you can let me know कि okay, Sonia, stop. Okay, so we can go ahead from here. So you, all of you taught me to make a very good cup of tea. Okay, now what is it that we are trying to do? So basically what we are trying to do is build teacher capacity, right? Teacher skills. So the whole CSpathshala experience is to help change the mindset of teachers so that they are able to train students to develop the ability to solve problems and explore multiple solutions to solve it. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक ही solution है, जो जैसे मैंने आपको पहले भी बोला. Now, teachers training is an important component for successful implementation. We like to do this training through, interactive sessions, impart CT knowledge, problem solving and logical reasoning skills. The most important point is systematic approach. And another thing is, using creativity and local adaptation of content. Okay, we will come to designing questions later when I do another activity, but this is from our Andhra Pradesh school where they are teaching children counting combination. तो उन्होंने क्या किया है, आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट लेकर के एक्टिविटी बेस्ड ट्रेनिंग कैसे कर सकते हैं. तो ये आप देखो, उन्होंने 4 ब्लॉक्स लिए हैं अलग अलग कलर्स के, एंड दे आर टीचिंग काउंटिंग कॉम्बिनेशन. ठीक है. Now this is a screenshot of our Khed Taluka. This was during COVID. Okay. Now the task that all of you solve, CSpathshala runs the Babris India Challenge. Okay, and this is run across 70 countries. Okay, and since 2018 we have had over 500,000 students participate. I will share the link of all these resources with you tomorrow. Okay, तो कल हम ये सुडोकू भी करेंगे, और सुडोकू हम जब करेंगे तो हम नंबर्स के साथ करेंगे, पर आप देखो क्लासरूम में टीचर्स ने कितने इनोवेटिवली ये करा है. I will skip this for now. This is counting combinations. ठीक है. तो counting combination जब आप हमारा लेसन देखोगे तो हमारा लेसन in comparison to बच्चे क्या कर रहे हैं, ऐसे लगता है अरे वो तो बहुत बोरिंग है. उन्होंने इनोवेटिवली इसको लोकलाइज किया यहाँ के टीचर्स ने, and they have used different ways of doing counting combination. Okay, this is another thing that we will be doing tomorrow. This is generalization and systematic approach to problem solving. So see, this is a residential school. तो जो जो उनके हॉस्टल के कैंटीन में अवेलेबल था ना, उसके साथ उन्होंने सुडोकू किया है. Okay, this is something on patterns. We have Mrudula with us who will be taking patterns, so she'll walk you through this part. Okay, this is discrete math modeling and shortest path. Okay, this is another thing of algorithms. The example that I have taken is sorting numbers. Okay, now very quickly coming to computational thinking. Now this is the slides that I'm showing you is from one of the lessons that we have. So all of you will get access to these resources, so don't worry. Now tell me honestly, what do you think is computational thinking? All of you already told me, right? Thoda sa logic. Anything else that you want to put in the chat box? Anybody? What do you think is computational thinking? Anybody? Step by step, yes. Anything else? Anything else that comes to your mind? Anything? Systematic execution, yes. No guesswork, Anupama. Reasoning, yes. Thinking in a systematic way to solve problems, yes. Understanding, yes. Different approaches to reach. Okay, very good. Analysis, yes. So great. I think most of you have understood what we are doing. So now what does it do? It helps us solve problems. And how does it help us solve the problems? By breaking them into smaller pieces, by using what we already know, and by recognizing what is common between problems, and by creating a step-by-step solution that can solve many problems. You will understand this as I go along. Okay. Okay. Now, because this is part of the lesson now, this is children-friendly presentation. Okay, these are the 4 pillars of computational thinking. The first one being decomposition. Now, we made chai, okay? I don't know why Bhavna and Prachi have not given us cake, okay? But biscuit, whatever, chai ke saath kuch to chahiye, hai na? So, even if somebody gives us a big piece of cake or a biscuit, what do we have to do? You take a small bite at a time. In the same way, what do you do if a problem is too big to handle? You break it up into smaller pieces and try to solve it one piece at a time. That means we decompose the problems. Okay. Everybody with me till here, no? Yes, no. Everybody's so quiet. Okay, good. Mental skill application. Okay, great. Okay. Now, all of us in our childhood, I'm sure, have made puzzles. Okay. So this is a model that my brother and I used to love to make. Okay, this wooden model of an airplane. उसमें भी हम क्या करते हैं? पहले we'll make the cockpit, then we will make the wings, then we'll make the back, and then we'll make the tail, and then join the whole model together, right? So that is how you build an aircraft. Now, there are many examples of decomposition, right? Supposing I am coming to your school and you are going to give me directions. You'll say, Sonia, तुम बस से उतरना, बस से उतर के तुम इस गली तक आना, वहां से right turn लेना. Then you will see a small temple, or you will tell me the name of a shop. Then you'll say, okay, now Sonia, you turn right. Then you will maybe tell me another landmark. Then when I reach the school, you'll tell me, yes, I'm in the staff room. You can come here, turn left, turn right. Okay. Now, making a school green, when we have monsoon, right? So we decide ki, we'll probably, I don't know if it's done in your school, it used to be done in our school. Each class would get a patch, okay? And then each class was responsible to make it green. Then arranging for a birthday party or a wedding, right? Creating a monthly newspaper or magazine, solving Sudoku, which we will do tomorrow. Now, pattern matching, the most popular, the favorite thing that everybody likes to do. Okay. Now, look at these numbers and can you guess what number comes next? Who's going to tell me? What number comes next? Anybody? Can you tell me?
64.
64, correct. 64 comes next. Yes, very good. So, what did you notice about the number pairs? Anybody wants to tell me what did you notice about the number pairs? 1, 2, 2, 4, 4, 8, 8, 16. What did you see? Multiply by 2, correct. Multiply by 2. Okay. Now, looking for similarities, looking for models. We do it every day. Days of the weeks, months, season, tides, right? High tide, low tide, sunrise, sunset time every day. arranging for a birthday party. If I know how I have celebrated my older daughter's first birthday, when I'm doing my birthday party for my second daughter's first birthday, I know कि अरे first birthday ऐसा special था, ऐसे ऐसे तैयारी करनी थी, and based on that it is easier to plan. Multiplication table, all of you will know multiplication as a repetitive addition, right? Mrudula will take more examples in this. Now, for anybody who's familiar with, or is a language teacher, the common things for similarities. I comes before E, present participle mein kya hota hai? We add ing to the words. Then another thing is, most of you as teachers, I'm sure, know patterns in spelling errors. Most of you know that these are the words in which generally children will make mistakes. Okay. Now, another thing, what we tend to do with data is making sense of data by organizing it, finding patterns and depicting it in graphs. All these examples I have written, but a very, very recent example is COVID, right? Every time the newspaper will put some data, organize it, say, oh, COVID cases increased this. These are probably the reasons. Then similarly, we looked at COVID vaccination. So we were also trying to predict, right? When will the next wave come? Okay. Now I'll come to the third pillar, which is abstraction. This is something I'm sure all teachers can solve. There are 42,306 trees in a forest. Of these, 23,479 are teak trees, 16,675 are subabul trees. How many other trees are there in the forest? कौन बताएगा मुझे? आपको समझ में आया ना? 42,306 पेड़ हैं in the forest, of which 23,479 are teak and 16,675 are subabul. Can you put the answer in the chat box? Hey, am I audible, Bhavna?
Yes,
Yes, you are.
you're audible.
Because
Yeah.
I think one of the teachers, Kavita, said like that.
Yeah.
2152, Prashant has put. Anybody else? Subhanshi, yes. Manisha. Okay. So I will also show you how all of you have got it. So I will show you finding the solution. What is asked? The number of other trees. Very simple. What information is given? Total trees, teak trees, subabul trees. Okay. What will you do first? Parul, Shalini, anybody will tell me what did you do first? How did you get 2152 as the answer? Anybody wants to unmute
Yes,
and tell
first I'll add teak trees and subahul trees together,
me?
and then
Okay.
I'll divide them from the total that is 42,306.
Okay, great. So I did exactly what you said. You said add teak and subabul trees and then subtract it. Correct? This is what you did, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So systematically we had solved the problem. Everybody who has tried to solve it has got the correct answer. Now, okay, does it matter that there were trees in the forest? Do the exact numbers matter? What if the problem was this? What if instead of trees, I put cars? Can all of you solve it? Yes or no? Anybody unmute and tell me, yaar.
Yes, ma'am.
Solve kar
Yes.
sakte hai na? Aram se same way. Same way we can solve it. Correct? So basically, what we are doing is, we are doing abstraction. Okay. Now, look at another list like that. So if you look at a dictionary, I don't know how many of you read comic. I used to read Amar Chitra Katha when I was growing up. A math textbook, collection of Hindi poems, newspaper. All these things are things that we can read. Now look at, see, you're going to tell me that Sonia is talking about so much food, right? It's going to make us more hungry, huh? Prachi and Bhavna and Shraddha. After the training, we're all going to run and grab a snack to eat. Okay. So
Yes.
whether you are going to eat a biscuit, a toffee, an apple, or a dosa, I don't know. But these are all things that we can eat. Okay. Now, what is abstraction? It's a common idea or representation of a group of things. So if you look at musical instruments, it's piano, sitar, flute, violin, everything. Fruits bola to. Similarly, dairy products. Now, all of you will ask me that, Sonia, okay, till decomposition, till patterns, we understood everything. Why do we need abstraction? What are you trying to tell us? So I'll tell you a simple thing. When you get a car, right? You don't start driving your own car. You go to the driving school. And what happens in the driving school? There will be a older model. There may be a Santro, or there will be or old 800 or whatever car that is available. We learn on that. Then we come and we drive our own car, right? Does it matter which car did we learn on? Anybody wants to tell me? एक बार मुझे गियर्ड गाड़ी चलानी आ गई है ना, I can drive, correct? Yes or wrong?
Yes.
है ना? Also, supposing we all come to school, right? And for some reason, सुबह मेरा two-wheeler puncture हो गया. I come to school and then I want to go run an errand. I can tell my other friend, Shalini or somebody कि शालिनी 10 मिनट के लिए मुझे आपका स्कूटर दे सकते हो क्या? मुझे वो कोने से कुछ लेकर आना है. करेक्ट? मुझे अगर नॉन गियर टू व्हीलर चलानी आती है तो आई कैन बोरो योर टू व्हीलर ऑल्सो. दैट इज इफ यू ट्रस्ट मी ऑफ कोर्स कि हाँ सोनिया तुम ले जाओ. ठीक है. सो दिस इज हाउ we do it every day. This what I am teaching you is not anything that is new. Okay. Now abstraction helps us make one solution work for similar problems. Exactly. पहले शालिनी वगैरह ने हमको solution दिया to solve the word problem using trees. When I changed it to cars, same solution worked, right? The only thing is it did not matter whether it was trees or cars, or I could change it to fruits and apples or whatever we wanted. Similarly, like all of you said that अगर मुझे एक कार चलानी आती है मैं बाकी भी चला सकती हूँ, right? So the engines of different cars may be different, but the way we drive the car is the same, na? What do we use? We use the steering wheel, we use the gearbox, clutch, accelerator and brake. आप मुझे बोलो जो गाड़ी चलाता है कितनी बार हम बॉनेट खोल के इंजन थोड़ी देखते हैं. वो इंजन तो कार मैकेनिक देखता है, right? So the abstraction of a car helps us. Does it also help a car mechanic, and how? Okay, think about it. This is a question for you. Okay. Now abstraction, I'm sure even though you're not language teachers, these are things that we were taught when we were in school. Somebody will give us tell us how to write an article, how do you write a formal letter, how to write a short story. Okay. Then timetable, facts in word problems. अभी हमने word problems किए, उसमें से facts ही use किए ना, the number of trees, number of cars. Okay. So what do? We identify the relevant information to describe the main ideas and we create models. And what do? We throw away irrelevant details. What we don't need, we just throw away. Okay. Now the fourth part is algorithm. Okay. Now algorithm, I will not go into details because exactly what you did with me was you helped me write an algorithm to make a cup of tea. Okay. So this is another example of algorithm, creating an ordered set of instructions for solving a problem. So other examples are finding a secret number, recipe. Okay. Most common, how to make a sandwich or Maggie, steps to go from desk. अगर आप लोग मेरे साथ होते ना तो we would physically do these activities. Long division, factoring. Okay. Now I will do this activity with you tomorrow, which is guess my birth date. For now, I will stop here. And we have Mrudula with us. Mrudula, are you there?
Yes, I am there.
So Mrudula will will today, so between today and tomorrow, we will explain all the 4 verticals of computational thinking again with you. So Mrudula now will take over from me and explain patterns. And I would like to introduce Mrudula to you. Mrudula is our teacher from VPMS school in Pune. More important, Mrudula is also a volunteer with CSpathshala and has been really an active member of the group that, of master trainers who, so where I showed you examples in Khed, where I showed you other examples, Mrudula has actually come with me to those schools. So, and Mrudula has really interesting examples from her classroom. The examples that I share are examples that all of teachers like all of you share. So over to you, Mrudula, and thank you so much.
Hi, good evening, teachers. Now we are going to do the first thing is about the patterns. And when we talk about patterns, we always first think of different patterns of jewelry or different patterns of clothes, isn't it? Yes, can you all hear me? Sonia,
Yes,
am I
yes,
audible?
yes, you're audible, ma'am.
You're audible.
Yes,
You're audible,
yes.
Mrudula.
Okay, so we see patterns everywhere. Wherever we go, we see patterns in nature, in class, in children behavior. Since we all are teachers, mostly we do, mostly whatever examples we take are from our classes and all that. So mostly we are with children and we see pattern in their behavior, pattern in their style of studying and all that. Okay, so today we are going to just have a small presentation on patterns. Just a minute, I'm starting it. Okay, so CSpathshala, when our school has joined CSpathshala's pilot program in 2016, from that time CSpathshala has given us beautiful presentations. They have helped us in all different ways to reach to children with different kind of examples, and they have made beautiful presentations which we can use in computational thinking also, as well as in other subjects also. So when I was teaching in Meghe Patil Memorial School, I used to coordinate with other subject teachers, especially with maths, and I used to see that the chapters what I am taking in computer science, and if there is a related chapter in maths with them, we used to see that both the chapters we are taking in the classes parallelly. So children used to get a very, very clear idea of what they are learning, and they actually remembered it for long time. So this is one presentation given by CSpathshala, and of course they allowed us to modify it, add more examples, and we have done it that way. Now we will start with patterns in maths before. Okay, so when we say there is one triangle and two triangle and then three triangles, so we have all these kinds of examples in maths with children. So what comes next? So what?
Four triangles.
Four triangles, yes. So next will be four triangles, because we are finding a series here that 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now second example we will take is about the shapes. So this is hexagon, sorry, septagon, then hexagon. This one is
Pentagon.
pentagon,
Rectangle.
Rectangle. So next one will be?
Triangle, ma'am.
Next one will be triangle. Now, what reason children will give for this is? What?
Reducing the number of sides.
Reducing number of sides. Yes. So this is also related to maths problem. Now, this is, we can say this is related to geography. I'm just showing you how the patterns can be related in all different subjects. So this is sun and this is moon. So if we say what comes next, so here what will come?
Moon.
Moon will come. So it shows day and night pattern, isn't it? So how we can spot the things or action? Because we are finding what is next in the series. Okay. So the things or the action being repeated in a series or list, we call it as pattern. Now, when we say pattern, okay, if I go in garden, I can see a pattern of leaf. Okay. If I see a hibiscus plant, a typical type of leaves hibiscus plant has. So looking at the leaf, we can say, oh, this is hibiscus plant, or maybe a chrysanthemum plant, or maybe a decorative plant like coleus. Okay, so we can, looking at the leaves, we can see this is a particular type of or a particular variety of plant. Or if we go in nature for animals, okay, the patterns on zebras, the patterns on cheetahs, the patterns on tigers, okay, we can see different patterns, the stripes on colors, okay. But at the same time, we can say the cats, they don't show any typical type of patterns on their body. Do they show? Do all cats have same pattern of lines on their body? No. No. But their behavior is quite similar, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. What about dogs?
No pattern similarity, but
No
behavior
pattern
is same.
similarity with respect to colors or stripes. Okay. But looking at the dog, can you say that this is a Labrador, or this is a Dachshund, or this is what we say, just a indie dog? Can we say, looking at them?
Yes.
Yes. How do we recognize it?
The basis of physical features.
Because of physical features. So physical features show some kind of patterns in them. Yes. So we have seen something is common, and that is called, we call it pattern. Now, if we have these pictures with us or these shapes with us, can we make different patterns out of this? And we can make different patterns out of this is here by using rectangles. We have made first pattern. Second pattern is used by which shape we have used?
Square.
Squares we have used. And third pattern we have used?
Triangles.
Triangles. Yes, we have used alternate different color triangles, and we have made that pattern. Okay. So by using different shapes, we can make different patterns. Okay. Now, here the patterns are made up of repeating shapes, and they are completely covering an area without leaving any gaps or overlapping, and such patterns are called as tessellation. Okay, but here in next picture, here the shapes are overlapping. So heptagons are not forming tessellation. Okay, so if there is a gap or there is a overlapping, we can't say it's a tessellation when they are covering entirely a area without leaving any gap or without having any overlapping. We called it as tessellation. Now next here, it's just a in patterns again, we are having a loop. What loop you can find here in first figure? Yes, it's alternate black and white triangles in a loop. And in second figure, rectangles in a loop. Okay. So now, what are patterns? It's a repetition of one or more things, sometimes in a sequence that we can observe in ordered list or things around us. Now pattern, we can't say it is related to only maths. You can see it in drawing, you can see it in languages, you can see it in music. Okay, anywhere you can see patterns. Patterns can appear in number sequence. Patterns can be printed on clothes or paper. Cloth can be woven in pattern. A sweater can be knit in pattern. Even you can see a pattern when you find toys in little boys cupboard or in little girls cupboard. Do you see, have you ever noticed a doll in boys cupboard?
Really?
No, very, very rarely, very rarely. Most of the girls will have at least 4 to 5 dolls in their cupboard, and boys will have mostly cars or small guns or small scooters in their cupboard. Now, when we look around us, what pattern we can observe? Okay. Around you, can you see any pattern? Maybe can you just unmute yourself and tell me any pattern if you see around you?
Arrangement of tile on the wall.
Yes. Anyone else?
Human growth.
Yes, I am not getting.
Human growth pattern.
Human growth pattern. Yes. Now, when I was taking this lesson in standard 4, and when I came with the question for children that what patterns can you observe in the lab, they came up with beautiful examples. Okay. In our school, that is VPMS, we have a very huge computer lab, and with the circular or round tables, and the tables are it is divided into 3 parts, you can say, by putting the partition in between. Okay, and huge windows and ceiling and everything. It's a beautiful lab. So when I asked children about this, they gave me examples like the patterns on windows, the grill pattern on windows, then alternate fan and light on the ceiling. Then someone said, Madam, beams on the ceiling. Then they gave me example of the table and the partition on the table. And then they were telling me, one of the students said, ma'am, generally when we go for any activity, our teachers tell us to stand in height-wise order, shortest ahead and tallest back, which mostly we all teachers, we follow that same style. But in my class, I used to ask them taller first and shortest behind, so that as they used to enter in the lab, taller students used to sit behind and shorter used to sit ahead. So they said, ma'am, when we come in computer lab, it's a different pattern we all follow. Same way, the chairs, we had some cushion chairs and some plastic chairs. So naturally, everyone wanted to sit on cushion chair, but cushion chairs were not enough for 40 students. So I used to arrange them alternate cushion and plastic chair in the lab. And once as they used to come in lab, one time boys used to sit on cushion chair and one time girls used to sit on cushion chair. So they said, ma'am, this is also the pattern you follow, because we don't fight for that. We know that today if we sit on plastic chair, next time we are going to sit on cushion chair. So they found pattern in what I was following. It was not the intentional thing to show them pattern, but just to make them happy that everyone gets cushion chair also to sit. I used to follow this and they found pattern in that. Then they came up with the example, ma'am, when you wear light sari, you always wear dark sweaters, and when you wear dark saris, you always wear light sweater. So they first took my permission that, ma'am, if I tell you some personal example, will it be okay? And when I said yes, then they came up with this example also. So children think in very different way. Only thing we have to give them free hand when they are giving answers. Of course, they should be in limit. That is also there. Okay. So we are going to take this now. Worksheet what CSpathshala has provided. So it is 2, 4, 6, 8 in column A, and we have to find out match for that in column B.
Yes, you have to also tell the reason, okay?
Yes, you have to also tell the reason also. Teachers, you are going to give the answers.
You can unmute and tell us.
Come on, teachers.
Yeah, so Pradnya said for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, Mridula, and Rati has said 1C, 2A.
Hello, ma'am.
3B.
Hello.
Yes, you'll explain? Yes, please explain.
Ma'am, one is to see.
Yes,
why?
reason.
Why?
Ma'am, and now I can't see the screen.
You can't see the screen?
Wait. No.
No, we can see it. We can see it. Don't worry, Mridula.
Yeah, one is to see, because all these are 2, 4, 6s. All these are the sum numbers.
Correct. Kavita barobar hai.
Second is cat, dog, elephant. All these are the animals which is going with A, frog, goat, and horse. Pet animals, like pet animals. Number 3 is lion, peacock,
just a minute, madam.
Frog is not a pet.
Frog is not a pet.
Okay, but not a wild animals.
No.
Domestic.
4 legs animal.
Yes.
4 legs
Yeah,
animals.
that one is also right. All these are animals having 4 legs.
Okay, all these are animals having 4 legs. Yes. That
Okay,
can
lion,
be,
peacock,
that
and
can,
tiger, lioness,
just
peahen,
a
and
minute.
all these are
Just a
the
minute.
male and
Can
female.
there be any other? Okay, yes. The next one is
And the
also
fourth
correct.
one is written on in numbers, and they gave the 3 is a triangle is having 3 sides, and 4 is a square, and 5th is a pentagon.
Yes,
Which
very
is having
good.
5 sides.
Yes, correct. But can we have some other reason for cat, dog, elephant, frog, goat, and horse? The reason what you have said, all these animals have 4 legs is correct. But can there be any other reason also?
Yes, ma'am. Size of animal that is increasing.
Size of animal is increasing.
The order C, D, E, F, G, H.
Yes, the order is C, D, E, F, G, H. Yes. Now,
This one
basically,
is also correct. Yeah.
yes. So
Okay, thank
basically what we can say, if a student is giving a different answer than what we are thinking, okay, there can be 2 or 3 correct reasons for a particular answer. Okay, so if child is thinking out of box, please don't say you are wrong, or if we decided this is the correct answer, we can't say as long as the child is giving correct reason for that, we have to give him marks. Okay, we have to say, yes, you are also correct. So now since I have gone through all these things, I can just tell you now I am a retired teacher. I have gone through all these things, so I am giving you just a suggestion for that. Complete the series and identify, write down the pattern. Violet, indigo, blue.
Vibgyor.
Vibgyor.
Green, yellow. Go.
Next
Ma'am,
one.
64.
Green, yellow, orange.
Late
rainbow,
1, 2, 4, 8, 16.
Green, yellow, orange.
Next two.
32, 64.
32, 64. Yes. So what is the reason?
Multiply them by 2.
square.
Squares. Not. We are just doubling the number.
Multiplying by 2.
Okay. 2 into 2 is 4. 4 into 2 is 8. 8 into 2 is 16.
Multiples of 2.
Multiples of 2. Correct. Yes. Next one. 5, 10, gap, 20, gap, 30, gap. No, here there is after 5
Okay.
and
10,
10,
25, 35.
15, 25, 35.
15, 25, 35.
Yes, so it's a multiple of 5. Next one.
P and S. Gap 2 alphabets.
P, Q, R.
Gap of 2 alphabets. So P and S.
And S.
G.
P, S.
P.
Okay. P, S.
P, S.
Yes, those are the correct answers. Now here we have to find out odd man out. Okay. Kitten, calf, puff, duck.
You're saying the duck.
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 Why?
Ma'am, duck. Because
It's a bird, others are animals. Ma'am.
Or the animal. No, all the
that's the four-legged animals.
young ones of animals.
Yes, it is young ones of
Cat.
animals. Yes, correct. And someone said,
Four-legged animals.
sorry, someone said it's a 4-legged animal. That is also correct. Duck is 2-legged and others are 4-legged. Can there be any other reason?
It's a bird. It's a bird, others are not.
Yes, it's a bird, others are not. Yes, any other?
And mammal also.
Yes, mammals also, correct, very good. Any other reason?
Aquatic and land animals.
Aquatic and land animals. Yes, duck can, we can say it's an amphibian. It can swim in the water, it can stay in the water, and as well as on land, whereas these animals, they stay only on land. Very good. So you have given so many different reasons for one thing. Very good. Next one, tomato, strawberry, raspberries, peas and orange.
Peas.
Peas. Again, why?
This is vegetables and all are fruits.
Okay, this is vegetable and all are
No. And also there is a vitamin C is there in a tomato, strawberry and raspberry orange, not in pea.
Yes, very good, very good. Any other reason?
It's a pod, others are not.
It's a pod, others are not. Yes.
Is it all red in color?
Okay, we can
Not
say.
orange.
Okay. Okay. But if I say orange is odd man out.
And all are test in Sane.
It's a sour, strawberry, raspberry.
Strawberry and not a piece.
Yes, so if I say orange is odd man out.
Okay.
Can answer be correct?
Orange got seeds inside it.
Orange seeds we don't eat. Okay. And whereas tomato, raspberry, strawberry, peas, all those seeds we eat. So if a child says orange is odd man out, and if child gives this reason, it is also correct, isn't it? So this is related to, we can say, biology, the question. The next one is apple, pomegranate, cherry, papaya, and beetroot.
Apple. Beetroot.
Papaya is odd.
Papaya.
Okay, now we will come up with different reasons. Someone said beetroot. Yes, why beetroot is?
Because apple, pomegranate, cherry, papaya are all fruits.
All are fruits, and beetroot is a root. Yes.
Root, yes.
Yes. Someone said papaya. Yes.
All there are red in color. Papaya is yellow.
All are red in color. Papaya is yellow. Okay. Yes. Then I heard someone saying apple. Okay. I say pomegranate is odd man out.
Because we eat seeds.
We eat seeds of pomegranate. Yes, correct. Very good. Any other reason for that? Yes.
Lots of seeds.
Lots of seeds into that. Yes. And the cover is much harder than all other. Yes. So this can be different reasons for odd man out.
And ma'am, also apple has the highest amount of potassium in it.
Yes, if you look at that way, yes, correct. So for one question, there can be so many logical answers. So if we get the logical answer, the answer is correct. Next is triangle, heptagon, octagon, pentagon.
Triangle.
Triangle. Why?
At the end of the spelling, everything is having gone.
Yes. So English teachers is looking at gone. Yes. How the word is ending. What about maths teachers?
Based on sides.
Based on sides, which one will be odd man out?
Triangle.
How come?
3 sides, heptagon, 7, octagon, 8, and pentagon 5.
Huh. So which one will be odd man out there?
So then it will be octagon.
Octagon will be
Yeah,
odd man
octagon
out.
because
Because it is even
3,
number
7,
of
and
sides.
5 are
3, 7, and 5.
5.
3, 5, 7.
Yes, yes. So there can be 2 correct answers for this also. So if we get logical answer, any answer can be correct. Yes. Next is January, October, April, August.
April.
April. Why?
30 days.
30 days. All others.
31 days.
31 days. Any other answer for this? Any other answer for this?
No, this one is correct.
This one is correct. Yes, that this is correct. But any other correct answer for this?
Also against.
January 26, August, 15 August, October. What comes in October?
Gandhi Jayanti.
Gandhi Jayanti.
Yes, yes.
And
in
okay.
April,
So
May vacation.
yes,
In April, May vacation.
yes. So all these January, October, and August has at least one national holiday, and April doesn't have national holiday. Yes, very good. Frankly telling you, I have not observed this. I have not observed this, frankly telling you. But still, I say January is odd man out.
April, May, June.
Okay, January is the first month, which is odd number. October 10th, April 4th, and August is 8th month. So all these are even number months, and January is odd number. So that can also be one of the correct answer. Yes. Now we'll go to next slide. Here, again, this is for odd man out. And if we go for reasons, again, you will find like how we have seen here different reasons, you will find different reasons here also. Dolphin, cobra, swordfish, sea trout, kingfish, sea snake. Okay. So here, Cobra is because it's on land and all others are water.
Second is Everest.
Everest, yes. Third is?
Watermelon.
Watermelon.
Fourth
Watermelon.
is, yes.
Fourth one is wood.
Wood. Yes. And fifth one?
1 by 2.
1 by 2.
And 1 by 2.
Fifth is half.
Yes. Sixth?
Dance.
Pretty.
Pretty is an adjective and all others are?
All are verbs.
Yes. Now Mumbai, Chennai, Bengaluru,
Kanyakumari.
Why?
Kanyakumari is not a city.
Southernmost point of India.
It's not a city.
Capital city.
It's not a capital
point
city.
of India.
Yes.
It's not a capital city.
Indigo, blue, pink, orange, prawn, yellow.
Prawn.
Prawn
It's
is a fish, na? Yeah,
yes,
prawn.
correct.
Prawn.
Yes. And all others are? Yes. So in nutshell, what we are saying, the study of patterns, it helps students to observe relationship.
Yeah.
It helps to find continuous connection. It helps to develop skills of critical thinking, just now how we were thinking for reasons for odd man out. And it helps to recognize patterns in other subjects like music, art, science, languages. Okay. Now quickly for the higher class.
Mrudula.
Yes.
We have actually overshot the time. So if we get time, we'll take this tomorrow. So for today, let's wrap it up.
Okay. So should I take only Bebra's example for this?
No, we'll take it tomorrow. Because this is a 2-day training, we can wrap up for today.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank you so much. Ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
Bhavna, one of you wants to give instructions for tomorrow?
Yeah,
or-
yeah. Yeah, thank you very much to Sonia and Mridula and all the participants. I request all the participants to join tomorrow also at 4 o'clock. We will begin the session exactly at 4 o'clock. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, teachers, for your
Okay,
help.
thank you so much, and bye.
Bye.
Ma'am. Ma'am.
Yes, Kavita. Yes, Kavita. ma'am.
Ma'am, I have not done my registration. So what I can do now?
Have you filled the pre-test?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get back to you then. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
Madam, I have not filled the pre-test. What I can do?
Okay, so those who have not filled the pre-test, we will get back to you tomorrow. It's okay. How many of you have not filled the pre-test?
Yeah, can you share pre-test link in chat box?
I'm just doing that. 1 second.
Chat box.
Yeah. You can just hold on for a minute. I'll just share it.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, but please fill the pre-test in next 10 minutes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Chat box.
Okay.
Sir, I've just shared the link right now. You can just check. Are you able to see the link?
Yes.